Hello, my name is Myra Casares, and this assignment is for Social Work 601, Topic 8, for the review of Professor Tabitha Simpson at Grand Canyon University. Who is part of the LGBTQIA plus community? The LGBTQIA plus culture is the experiences, values, and expressions of the people that belong to the community. The initialism of the LGBTQ has included other variants of the culture, or they can individually be represented as the homosexual culture. The LGBTQIA plus community is diverse. There is no specific age, ethnic group, social economic status, race, religion, preference. It encompasses various identities and expressions, and its cultural richness empowers the entire community, fostering resilience, pride in a collaborating journey towards equality and acceptance. The LGBTQIA plus community continues to overcome many challenges and factors that are unique to their community. The current issues that the LGBTQ experiences. Despite progress in many areas, the LGBTQIA plus individuals still face significant discrimination in employment, housing, healthcare, and public accommodations. This discrimination can be more pronounced in certain regions and against specific subgroups within the LGBTQIA plus community. Lack of support from the Trump administration, a Republican controlled Congress, and state lawmakers from the right wing continue to send administrative and personal attacks against the LGBTQIA plus community. And according to the FBI, even though overall violent crimes in the US continues to decline, hate crimes against the LGBTQIA plus community remain high. The reported FBI data attacks based on victims of sexual orientation was 17.2%, or 1,950 of all hate crimes, and 4%, or 463, were based on gender identity. Access uh, to the culturally competent mental health care remains limited, and there is a need for more supportive resources tailored to the unique experiences of the LGBTQIA plus people. Suicide is one of the challenges that LGBTQIA plus youth face due to the stigma and discrimination they face. This community also has high rates of substance abuse and addictions due to challenges mentioned above and using the substances as a coping mechanism. There should be more LGBTQIA plus affirming therapists, um, support groups, as it will help reduce disparities in healthcare access. HIV, AIDS continues to disproportionately affect the LGBTQIA plus community, especially gay and bisexual men and transgender women, highlighting the need for ongoing education, prevention, treatment efforts. There is a high number of STIs due to stigma, healthcare access, and risky behaviors. Health care providers should receive training to better understand the community's needs and create a welcoming environment. And this would be under the contribution to resilience. While same sex marriage is legal in many countries, there are still throughout the country, sorry, there are still numerous places where LGBTQ plus relationships are criminalized. In some countries, same sex activity can result in severe penalties. The community also faces challenges related to identity, doc, documents, official records, and legal issues for intersex individuals. The contributing factors of resiliency are self validate, supporting the LGBTQIA plus and advocacy. People in the LGBTQIA plus community regularly have to face judgment and accusations that their identities are not real, they are confused, they're not valid, or just weird. None of these ideas are true but can cause self doubt. Finding the support in the LGBTQIA plus will alleviate the process of feeling accepted, as there are others that are in the same situation. Having a support system is a crucial part to building resilience. Advocating has power, and being involved can empower the LGBTQIA plus community and lead into change. The timeline of the LGBTQIA uh, community. In the 19th century, 1867, Karl Heinrich Ulrichs, a German advocate, speaks out for the decriminalization of homosexuality. In the 19th century, also 1897, Magnus Hirschfeld found a committee in founds a committee in Germany to advocate for homosexual rights. In the 20th century, 1924, the Society of Human Rights, one of the earliest known gay rights organization in the U.S., is established in Chicago. And 1950, the formation of Mattachine Society in Los Angeles, an early gay rights organization, formed. In 1955, the Daughters of Abilities, the first lesbian rights organization in the U.S., is founded in San Francisco. And in 1969 is when the Stonewall riots take place in New York City, igniting the modern LGBTQIA plus rights movement. And in 1970, the first Pride March is held on the anniversary of the Stonewall riots in New York, Los Angeles, and Chicago. Today, the LGBTQ community, their pride parades are in different parts of the country as well. Um, in 1981, the onset of the AIDS epidemic deeply affect the LGBT community and sparks increased activism. The Stonewall riots of 1969 marked a turning point in the LGBTQIA plus community. The first Pride March was held on June 28, 1970, to commemorate the 1 year anniversary of the Stonewall riots. The march was organized by the Christopher Street Liberation Day Committee. The committee aimed to create a demonstration that would both remember the Stonewall uprising and the call for an end to anti-LGBTQIA plus laws and policies, a series of protests that had a profound impact on the LGBTQIA plus rights movement. And until today, the LGBTQIA plus still has their pride parades every year. The current outcomes. The first one would be social acceptance for gay, lesbian, bisexual, non binary, and transgender people. Um, we have seen it more than what it was before. The second one would be June 26, 2025. It marked the 10-year anniversary since the Supreme Court ruled in Obergefell versus Hudges that the right to same sex marriage is guaranteed across the United States of America. And number three, more resources are being developed for the LGBTQIA plus community. So even though there has been a change, it's not a fast change. It has taken its time, but it's moving forward. Um, let's see. Let's share. Pride is not just about the colorful parade and celebrations we see each year. It has a deep historical roots that trace back to the time when LGBTQIA plus individuals face significant legal and social discrimination. Today, I will identify social policy at the local, state, and federal levels that impact the well-being of the LGBTQIA plus community. Local government laws are less likely to have laws prohibiting sexual orientation discrimination than the state will. Under the state government laws, the state of California is a liberal state that has passed inclusive laws providing healthcare protection to the LGBTQIA plus community, especially those who are transgender, by providing gender affirming that other states might not be giving the same type of services. Federal government laws, at the federal law, the section of 1557 of the Affordable Care Act prohibits discrimination in health programs and activities based on sexual orientation and gender identity. Achieving legal the adv- Advocacy plan is to educate and persuade the audience about the importance of addressing current issues facing the LGBTQIA plus community and outline future directions for achieving legal equality, addressing health disparities, social acceptance, community and solidarity, cultural impact, and advocacy. Achieving legal equality, the LGBTQIA plus community aims to achieve legal recognition and protection for the LGBTQIA individuals in the United States by collaborating with other organizations. Addressing health disparities is addressing the unique health needs of the LGBTQIA plus people, providing culturally competent care and ensuring equitable access to mental health services. The social acceptance would be integrating LGBTQIA plus history and issues into school curriculums and challenging stereotypes and prejudices in the media, just like all other marginalized groups. Community and solidarity. Pride events foster a sense of community and solidarity, oh my gosh, among LGBTQ individuals and their allies. They provide a safe and supportive environment where people can connect, share experiences, and celebrate their identities. In cultural impact, um, Pride has had a significant cultural impact, influencing art, music, literature, and fashion. It has helped to shape public perception of LGBTQIA plus people and to challenge stereotypes and the prejudices. Advocating Pride events are not just celebrations. They are also platforms for advocating for the LGBTQIA plus rights. Over the years, Pride parades have highlighted issues such as marriage, equality, anti-discrimination laws, transgender rights, and the fight against the HIV/AIDS. Advocating is a huge help for policy changes at the local and state level. In advocating, we can also launch community awareness campaigns on the LGBTQIA plus community to better serve them. The social media campaign that I created, my objective was to raise awareness about the different disparities that the LGBTQIA plus faces. I would be using social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok to be able to provide viewing for my social media um, campaign. The key message would be continue to fight for the equality by highlighting the inequalities that are faced by the LGBTQIA plus community and encourage the support from others to help with advocating and not support discriminatory policies. Um, on a note on that would be educating people as well, making them aware of what is the troubles that the community go through. And then a call for action would be take our survey to tell us what services are needed for the LGBTQIA plus community, and have a petition that can be signed and can be moved forward into a bill, and meanwhile create awareness. Survey questions and administration surveys focus was understanding healthcare experiences and barriers among the LGBTQIA plus community. The key survey questions that I used: what is your age? Do you feel that your gender preference or sexual identity is accepted in your community? Do you identify with the LGBTQIA plus community? Have you ever seen a family member or friend or have you experienced someone being discriminated based on their LGBTQIA plus identity? Do you believe that people are judgmental towards the LGBTQIA plus community? And the administration plan would be is well, was to distribute the survey among those in my email contacts, posted the survey link on my social media, had my college sons post the link in his social media, and that's how I was able to get responses. The evaluation of my survey, the key findings were 80% of the respondents reported being discriminated due to their sexual orientation. 100% reported seeing or experiencing someone being discriminated because of the sexual orientation or their gender identity, and we can see that almost everyone had that took the basically everyone that took the survey have seen or experienced discrimination against the LGBTQIA plus community. And 60% believe that the most difficult challenge of the for the LGBTQIA plus community was facing violence, and 90% reported that the LGBTQIA plus population struggle with healthcare that focus on affirming services. And some people mentioned about how some people are joining the military just to be able to get these types of services. I do not know whether if it's true, but it was one of the quantitative interviews that I received back. The community needs regarding the LGBTQIA plus population. There is a need in healthcare providers training needs, how to work with the particular community. They need assistance with being able to get legal protection and advice on documentation. The LGBTQIA plus needs better access to services that they will benefit in housing, employment, healthcare, mental health services. Evaluating the advocacy plan is evaluating criteria, evaluating the efforts. The evaluation criteria was evaluating the efforts to be able and mitigate the concern factors that appear within the LGBTQIA plus community. Outcomes measured. The outcomes methods that were presented is the unwillingness of people wanting to complete the survey. I found from quantitative data that there is that the community believes that it is not accessible. There is not many accessible health care services in their community. They're not feeling safe due to being prone to violence in public spaces. Comparing the needs found in the survey and what we have read in research, the survey was recent data collected from the community where I reside, opposed to research that is general and broad. The methods monitoring of the LGBTQIA will give feedback as to the progress that the community is receiving in their different services and track the changes of local state and federal policies that are being passed and applied to the community's needs. References would be the methods that will be used in quantitative to be able to interview and get feedback on personal experience, and qualitative where surveys can be completed and analyzed for data and provide percentages and be able to compare them with other stakeholders. The references, these are the references that I used. Thank you very much.